seated. Come to order, please. Yes, ma'am. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Bradella Foy?
Yes.
You are suing Ali Esale and Evergreen Mini Mart Incorporated. You're the owner, Ali Esale?
Yes.
Okay, for $2,717 that you say you are out as a result of them, I guess you're saying stealing your winning lottery tickets. What happened?
On April 17th, I played $59 worth of lottery numbers. Initially,
At their store?
At their store.
What time were you there?
About somewhere between 7:15 and...
At night or in the morning?
In the evening.
Okay.
I called out $49 worth of numbers, and the last few minutes I gave a play card and told them to put it through 2 times, which would have totaled $10.
How much did you have on you?
$50 bill.
Okay, but as it turns out, everything you bought was $59.
Right. And after I played the lottery card, checked my tickets, I asked the son if I could, if he would hold it. I gave the $10 worth of tickets back to him and asked him would he hold them until I went to the ATM machine to get the rest of the money.
Okay, so the $50 worth of tickets you had on you, but the $10, you know, in order to cover the $9, you told him just hold on to that.
Right, and I'd be right back. He didn't understand me at first.
Okay.
And when I re-explained to him, he thought I wanted him to hold the tickets until the next day. I said, no, hold them. I'm going to the ATM and I'll be right back.
Now, they have an ATM at the Mini Mart.
Yeah, but I never use those ATMs. I go to my bank and use that ATM.
So that there's no service charge or less?
Right.
All right, so on this day then, you were going to your bank, and your bank was how far?
A few blocks. About
okay, and why
five
did you think that they would hold it for you?
Because they had done it before. The father had done it before.
This is the father. Mm-hmm. The son is how old? Is he a teenager or a child, or what is he?
No, he's a high school.
High schooler. So he's how old?
16.
16. So you leave the $10 worth of tickets with him, and you go to your bank, and when do you come back?
After 8.
After the numbers were called?
Right.
Okay, and when you come back with $9?
No, I come back because when I got to the ATM machine, my bank ATM machine, I checked the lottery app on my phone and see that
you have an app? A lottery app? But she's new at this, right? Okay, you checked the lottery app, and
yes.
What did it tell you?
That I had won.
That you had won. And
yeah.
How much had you won?
$12,000.
$12,000? God bless you. And when you drive back, were any of the tickets that were in your hand winners, or no? It's the ticket, the $10 ticket that you left with him.
The $12,000 was the tickets I left at the store.
12,000?
And I had 3,000 winners in my hand.
So you won 15,000 that night?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you. So you come back, and what do you say or do?
The father's holding my 20 tickets in his hand, spread out like a deck of cards.
The 20 tickets are the $10 worth of tickets? Okay, go on.
And he's saying something to the son in Arabic, and I don't know what he's saying. And I asked him, can you cash one of my tickets so that I can pay the $9? And that's when he asked me, how much you going to give my son? And I hesitated for a moment because I hadn't intended to give his son anything. But since he had my tickets...
Jeez, you're greedy. You got the kid held on to it instead of saying, nah, that's the tickets. The 12,000 of your winnings were because he was nice and said, go ahead. So he says to you, how much are you going to give my son for being nice? And what do you say?
$100 after I hesitated.
You hesitate, then you say $100, and then what happens?
I asked him again, can you cash one of the tickets? And he went over to the register. He seen he had... only $200. He gave me a $100 bill, $50 bill, 2 20s and a 10. I give him the 10 back. He gave me $1 back. And then he gave me my tickets.
Okay. And then so you still had some money left over, though, on that ticket, so
right.
They gave you some kind of credit.
He put the 300 balance that I had, because he took the 100 tip for the son,
right.
My 200. Then there was 300 left. He pulled out a gray notebook and asked me how to spell my name. Put my first name down, drew some lines, and I told him I was all right with playing the rest of the numbers through the week, you know, because I play every day, especially if I hit.
Maybe a couple times a day. So you told him, so what is it that he wrote in his book? That it was
300. I had a balance of 300.
Okay, and then now you have in your possession everything minus 600 and something bucks or whatever it was. It's in your possession.
Right.
Oh, happy day. But then something happens. The next day you get a phone call, right?
Well,
A few days later.
before I left, I paid $25 of the $300 for the midday the next day.
Right.
That leaves me a balance of $275.
Okay.
Then the next day, before midday cuts off, I come in, I play $58 more.
So that leaves you a balance of $217.
Right.
Okay, so now you got a $217 credit there, and what happens?
When I come in the store, the girl told me that Ali had left a message for me that he would be able to cash 3 of my tickets. So she called Ali, but he wasn't available right then. So he called back before I left, and she gave me the phone. And I talked to him. He said he could cash 3 of my tickets, that he would be there in an hour. And I said, okay, I'll be back in an hour or two. So I left.
So
went
do you
home.
come back and does he cash your tickets?
He asked me for how many tickets I got. I said, well, you said you could cash 3. I said, can you cash a 4th one?
All right, so you hand him the tickets, and what happens?
He was keeping the tickets because I didn't pay for them the night before.
Wait, what did he say?
You didn't pay for these. I looked at the camera, and you didn't pay for these the night before. And I'm looking at him like, yes, I did. You cashed the ticket for me, and I gave you the $9. He went from that to no, because when you came back, you was broke. And I reiterated again, but no, you gave me $100, a $50 bill, $220. I went through the, whole thing.
So what was he trying to say? That you came back empty-handed, so you were never going to pay? If you had lost, you wouldn't have paid, so why should you get the tickets?
Yeah.
Is that what are you trying to say? You
No,
kept
the whole
4 winning
story.
lottery tickets to the tune of $2,400 that you didn't play or pay for. So tell me what happened. Getting hot in here, isn't it?
No, because when I get mad, I can speak English very good.
Oh,
So
I
have
think you
to
can
take-
find the words. Go ahead.
Anyway, she come back after the time. And my son, he told me, I tell her to come before the time. This is...
Before the
rules.
time, meaning you're referring to when the drawing is held?
Yes.
According to her, you have let her do that in the past.
No.
She said you
before
let her-
time. Before the time comes.
No, I know. Before
Yes.
this time, there were other times where you let her go to the bank.
But she come in the time before the number
Right,
show
but
up.
she's not a snake who leaves and then leaves you with tickets and then leaves you having to pay her $9 or $20 or whatever it is that you fronted. So in this time, what
Before
made
the
this
time.
different? That it was a lot of money and you want
it's
it?
before the time. Anybody come before the time, he'd get the ticket. The time is finished, he got no ticket.
So
That's
tell me
it.
what happened that
Simple.
night. But yeah, it's simple,
Yeah.
except it's not what you did that night either, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not what you did that night.
She tricked me. She tricked me.
you.
Yeah,
She
I
tricked
wasn't
you.
there. No. I come in a time when the number was in, and I was busy. And she come inside, she was broke. She got no money. I know her. She bring every time the money just for ticket. Her life is only ticket. And I for this, sometime I give her back her ticket because I know this is what she's doing. I give her the ticket when the time come, but when the time passed, I'm not going to pay from my pocket.
Except for you
for
did.
something
Stop.
she never
Stop.
paid for.
Stop.
No.
Stop. You did.
Yes.
That night,
No.
you did. You looked at her and you
I
said,
gave her-
just a minute,
Yeah,
you
okay,
cashed
go
one of the tickets and you gave her money.
Yes.
Then you took the $9 and then you told her, what are you going to pay my
No,
son?
no, my
and then she
son,
gave your son a $100 tip.
My son, he never told me first night. He was scared because he know if they play.
Is your testimony to me right now that you did not know what happened that night
No,
when you gave her the money?
I know nothing.
You had no conversation with her.
I know nothing. I was busy and I tell her.
So
just
you had
get to know
no
of her.
conversation that night.
No, I talked to her, but I don't know.
What'd you talk to her about?
She never pay. I don't know she pay or not.
You
When
do
she
know, 'cause you
come,
talked to her.
And
You
when
were
I
there
take
talking.
the ticket like this, she said, I tell her, okay, how much is for my son? This.
Oh, you did have a conversation.
Yes, I tell her, but I thought
How
she
much is
pay
for my
it.
son? Because you felt that your son should
No,
be
I
tipped
thought
for
she
being a
paid
nice
for
guy.
it.
Okay, I need you to listen to me. I want to know about the discussion that you had with her that night when she hands you a ticket. You give her how much money?
$200. Yeah, I put in
$200.
about, 300.
She gives your son $100, and you give her credit, and she plays that credit.
Yeah.
Did that
I
happen?
know nothing.
What happened? What made
Yeah,
it
I
different
don't
the
know
next day?
nothing.
You thought about it, and then you wanted to keep the money?
Yeah.
That is it. So you thought about it, and
No,
then
not-
decided to keep the money. Nobody tricked you.
Can I
You changed your mind.
finish my story?
You know that night, it was her ticket, and you were making it her ticket, and you acted like it was her ticket. What did you do the next day?
And I let her go.
Oh, that was big of you. Okay. So then the next day, you have her, your assistant or something, calls her, oh, he wants to, he's going to cash your tickets, right? And then when she hands you the tickets, you go, ha, 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 it's mine. And then you're saying that she tricked you.
The ticket, I called the lotto first thing.
And what did the lotto do? Let's talk about the lotto. What did the lotto do?
said it's yours.
They said what?
It's yours. It's mine.
They did. That's very interesting because I have the report from the lotto.
Yeah, the lotto, I canceled the whole lotto.
You canceled the lotto. Yeah. Give me the report from the lotto. You canceled the lotto.
Yeah, I canceled it. I called them to cancel.
Yeah,
because I'm
you
tired
canceled the lotto.
People like this coming in the street.
Yeah.
I'm not giving $6,000 for somebody not paying nothing.
That's the incident.
Well, here's the report by the Buffalo police officer who sent this.
Which one is two of them? Good one and
Which one? Oh, good one and bad one. Okay. Show me the. No, show me.
One
any,
of them, he could
I want to see any police reports you have.
I got nothing.
Oh, okay. So then it's the only one I have, right? And according to this one,
which one?
Let's see.
Cousin over.
Ms. Foy went to the store and handed Ali 3 tickets valued at $600 apiece because he had said he was going to cash them for you. Ali asked her if she had more tickets, and she handed him another ticket valued at $600. At which time, Mr. Ali Esake told her that those were his tickets because she did not pay for them the day before. According to both parties, an argument ensued. Mr. Esake admits to personally cashing 3 of the winning ticket at Wegmans and Tops Market in suburban Amherst, New York, and states that the 3rd ticket, which is currently in my possession, who's my possession, the police officer, was canceled by the New York State Lottery. After explaining to Mr. Ezeke the error in his judgment and the deliberate means he took to deceive Ms. Foy, I again reminded him that according to investigator Putnam, Putnam is the investigator from the lottery, his lottery machines would be shut down that evening and that his gaming permits and license would be revoked. I further advised them that as the investigating police officer overseeing the permits investigation of the City of Buffalo food store license, that I would consider his actions a detriment to his character background investigation and would notify our permits department to reconsider approval of his business license going forward. And that he was putting at risk his New York State liquor license. He pleaded for an opportunity to make the matter right and stated he only cashed the tickets to pay some bills he was behind on. He asked could he pay Ms. Foy all the money he owed her in weekly installments of $150 or $200 until it was all paid up. And what did Ms. Foy say? Ms. Foy agreed to this arrangement. Did he pay any of it?
No, he reneged on it. The April 29th, we were supposed to meet that Friday at 6 o'clock.
That would have been the first payment?
Yes.
Yeah, and I would, if I was a betting woman, I would bet that your lottery system got shut down after your phone call to the lottery, right? Back to these investigators. Because Putnam and Quintana both don't like you. They think you're a thief.
Yes, I know.
And so do I.
Because of my name.
I also think you're a thief.
Yeah,
because those weren't your tickets. You know they weren't your tickets. They now cost you your lottery business. See, here's the thing. I would agree with you if that's the agreement you had. See, I'm about contracts. If you don't pay for the ticket, you don't get the ticket. But here's the thing. Not according to you. You allow people to leave and come back and bring the money. Your son allowed him to leave. You know why your son's not here? You wanted your son to lie, but your son's not standing next to you because he has more integrity than you do. Good God above. Pay the lady $2,717. Hey, and you know what? Give back the $100 tip to your son, too. That's going to come out of your pocket because that was for handling it like a gentleman and not a thief.
Okay.
Thank you.